What's up, YouTube? This is Antoine with Chump Change Production coming to you today to talk about some of the scams from the past and crypto from 2017 and some of these new projects that are saying a lot of the things that they were saying in 2017. Kind of makes you wonder, are they taking notes from the past and reintroducing it to those that don't know what's going on, who are new, unsuspecting investors, and get washed away by the massive hype and left with nothing at the end? Well, let's take a look at this company called Aurum Bank. All right, Aurum Bank was out in 2017. Okay, and here's a article I found on them that I'll put the link in the description that you guys can check out yourself. But here's what Aurum Bank was about. It was a lending platform that pretended to be a bank. All right, because back then a lot of the crypto stuff used to pretend like they banks, and that's how they could lend all this money. You were getting it straight from a legitimate banker, and your money was going to grow every single day. The more you put into it, you was gonna get 1%, 2%, 1.4% annual ROI daily compounding on your initial investment. So I'm not gonna read everything that's in here. I'm just gonna give you some surface understanding of what was going on, and you can look into this yourself. But what it is was a Ponzi scheme. What they did is that they they paid YouTubers and the followers of YouTubers, they subs, who recommended the projects to their friends and families to get into the project, to buy in and invest there. They would show them their financial records of what they're making off of it every day, and people got comfortable with that. They was like, "Really? Yeah, I've been getting this money for the last 3 weeks. 3 weeks, yeah." So they're like, "All right, bet." So they put whatever 1,000 or 200 bucks in, or whatever they can afford to lose. So Aurum Bank was a very interesting site because I mean you could put like I think me and my brother put .05 BTC in there at the time back in 2017, and they were promising that was like 100 bucks, 120 bucks back then, maybe 150, I don't remember. Anyway, point is that they were like once you get in 6 months or a year, 6 months, I think it was 6 months or a year after the conclusion of your liquidity being locked up, the payout was six figures or seven figures. So they get you with sensationalizing by offering stuff at a low price and promising the world. So we tried it out. We were young, inexperienced in crypto, and we were like, wow, we were seeing guys make money. They were showing payment proofs, and it was a lot of legitimacy, seemingly legitimacy going on in the project. So it got all of us investors interested in it and into it. So I went to go look up Arm Bank on YouTube, and I couldn't find as much information as there was back in 2017 and 2018 on Aurum Bank. So I'm like, either the YouTubers scrub their channels and close down their channels, or either YouTube scrubbed their platform of all the evidence of it. Now let me take you to this other one. There's another one called Control Finance. Also came out in 2017. Okay, Control Finance. They were another lending company promising the world. See this Control Finance. I'll put the link in the description and let you guys read up on this here and what they were doing. But the same thing, you can see they 1.1 to 1.4 daily return on investment. Now, this Control Finance, the thing that's interesting about this one is that as soon as it dropped in like August or September of 2017, it was an instant hit on YouTube. I mean, they were getting people invested by the hordes. And the main guy of this control finance empire, false empire, okay, was this YouTuber named D Shredder. I'll try to find his channel, but he's no longer on YouTube anymore. But I promise you, this is what his name was. His YouTuber stage name was D Shredder. So he invested $100,000. He was some kind of lawyer or an executive, and I don't remember what his position was. But he had a very serious position, very high up position, made a lot of money. So he invested six figures. He was getting $1,700 a day in passive rewards every single day. He was showing videos of him withdrawing the money and making people feel like it was safe to park their money there and they were gonna be there for the long run. But this site only lasted a couple months and they just crashed. They died. And I also another thing when I went back looking into videos, I found a YouTuber that that had a video from the past in 2017 talking about this being a scam. And I found out in his video that Control Finance and some of the other platforms were all using the same type of software for the back office with the payout. So that was the first scam. The first red flag was with Control Finance is that they're all using the same platforms. It's the same thing you can say with the tokens that they releasing today. They're using the same software all the way across the platform. They're just creating the tokens. I mean, there's videos online that show how to create an altcoin. Just go research how to create an altcoin, and you'll see what these guys are doing. Anybody can do this nonsense. Anybody. That's why all these guys, these scammers, are doing this stuff because it's so easy. I mean, it's just programming. If you know anything about how to do in the early days of the internet and how to do HTML and coding and all of that, it's just an advanced form of that stuff that took place, over 20 years ago. But it's just modernized today. It's the same nonsense. It's nothing but software that they just keep upgrading software, like almost like Microsoft Office software. You know how we use that on our computers and what we use it for. They got softwares that program these little coins and all this other little stupid stuff they come out with and think it's a great idea. Now check this out. These guys, what we weren't thinking about, I mentioned that we paid 0.05 BTC. At the time in 2017, it was like 120, 150 bucks, somewhere between there, 100 bucks to 150. But we were exchanging Bitcoin for their BS token. It's the same thing that's taking on right now in today's time. People are exchanging Ethereum, which is going to be the price of Bitcoin, where Bitcoin is now in the future. So hold on to your Ethereum. There's no point in exchanging your Ethereum for these crap coins. Because it's like BitConnect. BitConnect, when they crashed and dumped and sold all the investors Bitcoin, they gave the investors their coin. The coin was worthless. All right. So I'm gonna read some of this on Control Finance because it's a funny way they break down these guys. Now check this out. There has been some buzz about the company, so we decided to investigate what it was all about. Some say it's a scam, while others review are saying legit. So what is it? The good news is we're going to walk you through the company, products, and compensation plan so you can make the right decision. Let's dig into this Control Finance review. Okay. There's no detailed information about Control Finance on their official site regarding who owns the business and who runs it. You hear that? Based on the documents presented by UK companies House Incorporation on the website of Control Finance, it shows incorporation has made on the date of 8th September 16th. The corporate address provided by Control Finance belongs to Bruntworth location. However, there is no physical space the company shares as it operates through virtual office space. Thus, the company Control Finance exists only in name in the UK market. That's what these guys are doing back in the early days of crypto. Okay, when these tokens came out, when the dev team released a new token, they would show their face. People knew who they were. But the way they scammed the OG investors and the way the government went after them, they stopped doing it because they were getting caught easily because the world knew who they were, the investors knew who they were. That's why the new tokens don't show their face. That's what's going on. They don't want to get caught, but they're gonna get caught anyway. I mean, there's guys like me who's been around and know this stuff inside out because we've seen all the scams that's been taking place in crypto and the scams before 2017 when me and my brother got into crypto. We've seen it all this stuff. We've heard the other YouTubers that talk about this stuff. But some of you guys that are new don't know these things. So that's why I want to cover this stuff to caution you guys from making bad investments. Okay. All right. Brew Benjamin Reynolds is the sole director of the company who has registered a website domain control finance on the 6th of September 2016. Look, he dropped it. He set up the site a year before he made it public to the investors, to the world. Doesn't that sound familiar? They say things, we started a year ago. We started a year ago. Look at control finance. They look at the template. This is the template that they use. The company Control Finance has shared some marketing videos on its official site where the speaker uses a distinct Eastern Europe accent to describe the whole process. The speaker in the video speaks about the marketing tactics which have already been published on the Control Finance website. The man doesn't identify himself, however, is sure that he's not Benjamin Reynolds. Therefore, it's pretty much sure that Control Finance doesn't have any physical space in the UK and there is no person called Benjamin Reynolds. It's obvious that you should think long and hard about such MLM company and handling over your entire hard-earned money. Who doesn't give any relevant information regarding who owns and runs it? Control Finance doesn't have any retailable products and or services rather than only affiliate membership plans for its customers. Now look at that. That's the same way. Now you got these new projects. They call it shilling, okay? But it's just affiliate marketing is all it is. The community is going out spreading the word about the project. In the 2017s and 2018s and before that, the companies used to pay the reps to shill. Now they don't even pay them to shill. Are you kidding me? I mean, it's a scam. They so bold. They're so bold that they refuse to even give the guys the illusion that is real. But they don't even pay them nothing. They just tell them to do it. Go out there and do this. Shield, shield, shield. Okay. Now look, the affiliate investors that control finance invest funds blindly with only a promise of perpetual 1 to 1.4% of daily returns on investment. Then it goes over the beginner investment is 10 to 229, intermediate is 300 to 999 with 1.1 daily ROI. That one's 1.1% daily ROI. 1,000 of 44.99 with 1.25 ROI. They pay this daily, okay? And then 4,500 to not to 10,000 with daily 1.4 ROI. And then you have the 10,000 and above, and there's no limit, no time, no limit to 1.5 with daily ROI commitment. They say no limit. So the first sign that you're dealing with a scam is that they start changing things. It comes out one way. The second rewards here. Then they say it's unsustainable, so they change it. They drop it. But they still getting Ethereum from you in exchange for their worthless token, okay? That's what they doing. All right, then there's also a referral commission policy available to control finance within the company's paid through a unit level compensation structure. Based on the unit level compensation structure, an investor will remain at the top of the unit level team on which every affiliate recruited personally will be placed directly under them. It's termed as level one. So this goes through the payouts for the different levels of the affiliate program. I'll let you check that out. And then it goes over to joining the affiliates of Control Finance who doesn't want to invest will only receive a referral commission and remain excluded from other benefits. A minimum of $10 is required to ensure full participation with Control Finance and earn income opportunities. Conclusion. Listen to this. UK incorporation holds the first red flag for you. Do not do any business with Control Finance. UK incorporation costs around 20 GBP or less, which requires any verification of supplied information. Even if the UK company's house and corporation takes the face value of the company into this account, Control Finance will still remain as an investment opportunity platform without any doubt. The UK corporation will not be eligible to offer any investment opportunity legally unless and until they are registered with the Financial Conduct Authority in the UK. So, I mean, that's interesting. When I was reading this, I was surprised to find out what you had to do in the UK to get registered to be legal. But When I saw it, I found that interesting. So I'm hoping that there's something that we could put in place for crypto to other than bogus certics and they nonsense and whatever, and all the other platforms that do light nonsense with doxing the teams, the dex teams, and all that. We need more transparency in crypto, bro. That's all it comes down to. We need companies that come out with a strong project like Bitcoin, a legacy, something that's going to withstand the elements of time and be here and thrive, where investors can park money and keep parking money and watch their asset mature in value for a serious ROI. This stuff that's going on now is just not working. It's not working at all. It's just not. All right, so your second stop or red flag is the name Benjamin Reynolds is a generic Anglo-Saxon name which doesn't have any evidence or information that can only be reached through the office address available virtually. The third red flag for you against the company control finance is its claim which shouts loud daily returns on investment payouts. Our clients have the privilege to earn a handsome profit out of the various crypto trading pairs via the activities suggested by the talented exports of controlled finance on the widely recognized exchange such as Bitfinex, Polyx, BTCE, Bitstamps, and more. However, there's no proof of any cryptocurrency trading taking place across the UK. Therefore, it can stand to be said that the cryptocurrency trading business model fails the Ponzi logic test. If Benjamin Reynolds and his so-called European buddies are making a minimum of 1.5% return on investment regularly, then why would they be asking for investments from random individuals over the internet? Think it wisely. Also, there's only one way to become a verifiable affiliate source of investment to enter the company-controlled finance business, which ensures that the perpetual daily ROI is yet another Ponzi scheme from the company-controlled finance. Marketing videos shared from the YouTube account created in the name of Benjamin Reynolds went up 2 months ago, with 1.5 a day. It'll take 67 days for the reserve funds to be drained out, based on the commission plans. It is assumed that not every controlled finance affiliate will go from investing 10,000 or more. Again, when it happens, all the controlled finance Ponzi scheme will eventually be collapsed. According to the Ponzi map, when it does, it is guaranteed that the majority of controlled finance or investors will lose money. All right, they will lose money. Now let's go over to some more interesting news that I think is interesting. Now, uh, okay, now for those of you who don't know who Michael Saylor is, he quit his company MicroStrategy, the CEO, after Bitcoin losses. This guy entered the crypto game last year, loud, telling investors to do cost average buys on Bitcoin and buy during the dips. It sounds like sound information and knowledge from he's a billionaire. So he's got the market's attention because he's telling guys that are new and seasoned investors what he's doing. All right. So this guy, if you read this article, I'm gonna leave the link in the description. This guy, the long story short, he cost his company a billion in losses because he bought Bitcoin between 40 and 45,000, and when it hit 69,000, he thought it was gonna go higher and didn't sell. Didn't know anything about crypto, nothing. I mean, can you believe this? He said, look at this key takeaways. Michael Saylor, the chief executive of MicroStrategy, will step down following a $917 million loss on Bitcoin investments. Bitcoin advocates want to focus solely on Bitcoin. The software company president, Pong Lee, will become the new CEO. This guy cost his company $1 billion invested on Bitcoin. So you know the board was chewing this dude out. And he kept buying Bitcoin. You know, they were looking at it like he was crazy, but he wouldn't listen because he didn't know what he was doing. And he was pumping the market and getting investors excited. But the holders is the ones that he wasn't looking at. The guys that have been holding Bitcoin since 2011. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They dumped their shares on him. That's what happened. All right, cost him. He learned. He learned the hard way. He exchanged his fiat for BTC, and now his BTC is worth $22,000 or $23,000 because he miscalculated the market. And this guy was like a guru in his lane, and he came over here and didn't know what he was doing. That's why I'm telling you about this stuff. Now, look, I went and looked into this stuff here. I'm gonna break down some stuff to you and show you what this guy did. This he calls his company what is an impairment charge. Okay, an impairment charge is a process used by businesses to write off worthless goodwill. These are assets whose values drop or is lost completely, rendering them completely worthless. That's what I mean. Bitcoin is not worthless. It's going to recover and go up higher in 2025. Don't misunderstand that. I'm not saying that about Bitcoin. But to him, to his company, that's how they're looking at Bitcoin because they lost substantial money, $1 billion, because of the CEO. That's how powerful FOMO is. That's how powerful the the spreading of word between each other is. It can influence people who are normally making good decisions to make irrational decisions based upon greed. They see it and they so caught up in what they're gonna gain that they don't understand they're about to lose. That's why I went over these sites, Aurum Bank and Control Finance, and told you about D Shredder. He invested over 100,000 and lost it all. He lost it all. I seen the videos on it. All you gotta do is watch. You don't necessarily have to participate in the game. Sometimes it's better to just be on the sidelines and watch what happens. You know what I'm saying? You can learn a lot from just watching. The YouTubers will show you the truth of everything. You'll see them during their highs, and you'll see them during the collapse of the project. Watch that from the full picture. You know what I'm saying? And make an educated decision on who you want to get your news from. All I do is state the facts. These are not my opinions. I share what I discover and make it public and give my insight into what I know from what I've experienced in the market the last 5 years. And I just laugh at the guys that get tossed by every way to the sea, get tossed in the sea by every which wind of doctrine. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's what's going on. You guys are getting tossed to and fro by every wind of doctrine out here. I mean, these guys are just talking and talking and talking. Look, I'm gonna show you guys something else too before I end this video. All right, now with Bitcoin and altcoins, okay, like what we just saw with Bandex, for example. I'll use Bandex for an example. Okay, there's liquidity. Guys don't understand. Well, there's two different types of liquidity. There's liquidity that people lock up their tokens and their tokens on in these exchanges to get the passive staking rewards to get accumulating amass more of the token that they are investing in. All right. There's that liquidity. Then there's the liquidity in BTC where the investors and the institutional investors all put a lot of money at a lower price for a particular asset. Okay, so Bitcoin, there's been a lot of liquidity, a lot of money parked at below $10,000 for BTC since December, January of this year, and the market makers, all right, they look at where money's at. So there's billions of dollars parked below 10K BTC. What the hell do you think they're gonna do? They're gonna go after liquidity. It's the same way that it takes place on the centralized exchanges, okay? The buyers determine the value of a token, how much they're willing to spend. That's what supply is. I mean, demand is. All right. So with Bandex, the price was at 0.5024. That was his new all-time high, or a high. It reached that it topped out there. I won't say that was his all-time high. It just topped out at that height. 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, 4 or 5 weeks ago. But during those prices, the buyers on the exchanges were offering, you know what I'm saying, 0.607. And I was watching that, and the number of orders at that price and lower just kept building up and building up. And the price was 0.501815, 5015, kept, you watch it keep going down. So it went down because the market makers saw that there was demand at lower prices. Liquidity's there. So they go after the liquidity. Just like I was saying, how we were exchanging Bitcoin for these worthless tokens in 2017, and now people are exchanging Ethereum for these worthless tokens. Just keep the Ethereum, like we should have kept the Bitcoin, right? So all we're doing is transferring our wealth to a stranger. We already got the wealth. Just hold Bitcoin and Ethereum. I would get in a Uniswap when the price goes below $3. ADA, what else? Dex, like Dex Tool, they coin. I would get that when that gets below 10 cents. I was just load up on it because that's a legitimate project from what I've read them. Just like Meta Hero, that's another legitimate project, another good one with a serious team. Those are projects that you pour money into. This other stuff is just high risk. It's high risk. The sellers determine the value of the asset, how that price is going to reflect in the future. All right, they determine that what they're willing to spend. Eventually, the sellers come down and submit to their will, to the seller's will, and that's what's going on with Bandex right now. That's why they're lowering the asking price of the sell orders on Bandex. All right, I'm breaking the market down for you guys. I'm just breaking it straight down for what it is. You can hate it all you want, or you can enjoy it. It's totally up to you. That's about all I got for you guys. Hope you have a good day. And remember, don't be like um this brother, Michael's Michael Saylor, who man, he really damaged himself. Go ahead and read these articles. Like I said, I'm gonna put all these links in the description and read through all of this stuff for yourself and compare that data to what's going on today is all I can say. You gotta be careful out here. Ethereum is gonna be seriously valued in the future. So don't just give it up for any project. Please don't just give it up for any project. Keep on accumulating Ethereum. It's while it's cheap, keep getting it, keep getting it, keep getting it. Put your money in legit projects. Legit projects. All right. Peace.